Hey guys, Orack here, and today I have another music discussion I want to make. And before I begin, please let me know in the comments if you want more music discussions, because I really like doing them. And be honest, if they seem boring or anything, I can stop them, I don't mind. But I really enjoy making this kind of vids. But anyway, the topic of today's video, since you've read the title, is composing and recreating music tracks. Now, I don't really have thought of what to say on the video, but we'll just evolve the discussion into something. Now, let's see, recreating. I haven't got much experience with recreating tracks, and before I begin talking about recreating, let me just specify what I mean by recreating. I do not mean covering or doing an alternate version of a song or something like that. I mean trying to imitate as best as you can at your ability another music track. And the truth is, I don't have much experience with recreating. I had begun recreating some tracks recently, and mainly with the new Yu-Gi-Oh anime. Funny enough. It had an orchestral track that I really enjoyed, and I said, well, it's small, it seems easy, how difficult could it be? And oh man, recreating is so hard. Because you see, you want to be as close as the original as you can be. And that means both the tempo of the song, you have to be precise at the timing, you have to use the same instruments, and besides all that, you have to do the mixing, and the mixing is really hard when you recreate tracks, because you want to be as close to the original sound. And when you mix, what you basically do is you play with frequencies and apply some effects to your music channels. Let's say, for example, an easy mix trick, let's say, is that you have a pretty crappy drum set, and you want to make it sound like, the before mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh track. The drums in this track were not really, in your face, let's say. They were a bit in the background, and you could hear that they don't aim to be, the protagonist of the track. So what you want to do as a mixer, let's say, is first of all recreate the drum track, like the tempo and stuff, record it, and then what you basically want to do is drop down the volume like a lot, so it is not really apparent, let's say, in the track that there is drums, but there are drums. And now, because you want to grow the feeling that they are not really present, you just have to, let's say, turn down the middle frequencies. Not like a lot, but a considerable amount, because you don't want to make the listener feel like they're listening just to an orchestral track that has really metal drums in it, or something like that, which I typically use in my original tracks, but we're recreating here. And if you want to, you can add some reverb that basically gives the effect that it echoes a bit, let's say, in the room that the drums exist. Okay, that was a quick example of the mixing tricks that you can do. But I really respect people that do recreations and they come really close to the originals. Like, for example, there is a channel out there called PokeMixer92, and the guy there not only does Pokemon recreation tracks, but he does really, really good Dragon Ball Super songs, recreations. And he offers this service for free, he just uploads them and he just demands, that he's credited as the recreator of the track, and that's really good. I leave a link in the description if you want to check him out. And what I learned by the experience of recreating is that it is really hard and it's not impossible, but it takes like 10 times the work that I do with my original tracks, believe me. And having said that, let's go to my original tracks, composing. Let's get a bit personal. I've been composing for about 4 years now. And it was summer 2013, yes. And in that summer I made my first track, which was a huge mess. But anyways, it exists and you can listen it on YouTube too. And it's on my first music channel, and I leave the link in the description of the first music track that I did. And but composing has really helped me to, let's say, keep track of my life. I don't know if you want to call that. For me personally, composing is like having a diary or a journal or whatever you want to call it. It's it really is a mirror of your emotions and your state of being at the set time that you made the track. And when I publish most of the music tracks that I do, it is really, you don't know how much it means to me that there are good words that are being said about the said tracks and stuff, because even right now, the tracks that I have on this channel, which are all Dragon Ball inspired and stuff, I think the first 2 tracks here are not really well done. They could be a little more on the tempo and I could do some more work on the drums, but these facts are something that people don't really tend, I believe, to dwell upon. And I really appreciate that they are saying good words, anyways. Because you see, when you make a music track that is original and stuff, I only have my own ears to judge it, and I just do what I believe it's the best for the track. And even though I don't believe that, I think my music tracks are shit or whatever, there are times that I believe, you maybe aren't that good of a music composer, and maybe you shouldn't do this stuff anymore, but good words and stuff keep me going, so I really appreciate it. And what I have learned by composing music tracks is that you only get better with practice. I mean, learning how to mix, learning how to master, learning how to do, simple progression tracks, like having a melody being repeated all over the track, but with the time period that passes, you add more instruments, and it creates this epic feeling. All these quote-unquote cliché techniques, and many more, you can develop and you can practice upon them. And I believe even if you are an amateur or you have never been, you have never gotten involved yourself with any music track development or production or whatever, I believe it is a nice experience to have, even for 1 or 2 times. And what I propose for some of you that could be interested in that is downloading a DAW, a digital audio working station. And what this basically is a program that allows you to compose, to mix and master music tracks that you make. And how can I say this? And there is, let's say, electronic instruments that they come with the product, with the program, that can help you start off. And they usually have a pretty big selection of stuff. You can have, you know, violins, electric guitars, drums, whatever you can think of, and synths, of course. And one thing that really helps with composing is having a MIDI piano. I couldn't be in the point that I am without a MIDI piano, and I know that I can't really play piano. I don't know how to play piano. I just practiced it a bit on my own and, you know, learned how it, let's say, works. And nowadays, when I compose stuff, whenever I have an idea for a melody or something, I just go to the piano, find it there, and just try to record it live through my DAW, anyways. And, you know, just begin the track and all those exciting stuff. Yeah, and the point that I was trying to make with all this video and you watching and saying, wow, this is a pointless video, is that recreating, even though it is hard, I believe it is beneficial to do, and it really helps someone who has, you know, who has been associated with music production and stuff, become even better. And if you are just a composer and you want to create only original stuff, good for you. I don't judge or whatever, but it will take a lot of practice. I mean, I'm still an amateur in my ears, eyes, whatever, and I really have to get better at certain stuff, at mixing, at mastering. It's not my strongest suit. But, you know, if you don't start, you can't really practice or become even better than what you are. So, yeah, I believe that is the video. Sorry about the randomness of the video, I just wanted to, you know, open the recording and just, you know, do whatever comes to my mind. Thank you for watching. If you have any thoughts from the video that I just recorded, comment it down below. I'm really open to suggestions, to any discussions that you want to make. I really enjoy them. So please leave a long text right below this video. And I hope I'll see you soon. Bye bye.